So I want to welcome everyone to the Peel District School Board Parent Involvement Committee. And this is the first committee meeting for the year 2023-2024. This meeting is being live streamed and recorded and will be posted on the Peel District School Board website for future viewing. I am Stacey Ann Brooks, your co-chair for the Parent Involvement Committee. And I am now calling this meeting to order. So I call on the media for the land acknowledgement.
The land upon which we work, live, and sustain ourselves is the ancestral and treaty lands of the Michizagig Anishinaabe, also known today as the Mississaugas of the Credit, the rightful caretakers and title holders of this land. We also recognize the rich pre-contact history and relationships which include the Anishinaabe and the Ongwe Hongwe.
Since European contact, this land continues to be home to Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. As responsible community members, we value the diversity, dignity, and worth of all people.
Colonialism displaced and dispossessed Indigenous peoples of their ancestral land
and continues to deny their basic human rights, dignities, and freedoms.
We are committed to learning true history to reconcile, make reparations, and fulfill our treaty obligations to the original peoples and our collective responsibilities to the lands, water, animals, and each other for future generations.
Thank you. So I'll call on each member of PIC to acknowledge themselves and just give a brief introduction so everyone is familiar. So we'll start with Toby.
Yeah. Hi everyone. My name is official name is Tongdashi. Sorry. Oh, okay. Is this?
Just press that button.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Tongdashi, and but guys can call me Toby. And my kids' school is Chicago Meadow Public School. And that's it. Okay.
Next we have Alison Lockett.
Hi, everybody. I'm Allison Lockett, and I am here from Port Credit. My children are at Canoli Public School. Happy to be here.
Hey everyone, this is Ben Chen. I have two sons, 4 years and 6 years old. I'm from Midbury Public School. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Adnan Ghani. I have two kids in high school, one in Applewood Acres, specially, and others in John Bridge. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shazia Hassan. I have two kids at West Rye Public School in Brampton.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sweetie Sharma. I have one kid in Laurenville Public School, elementary. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you, Chair. I've been left out. Okay, I'm the trustee for the school board and the alternate member for the PIC committee. Our other trustee has made his excuses, so I'm here to represent him. Thank you and welcome to all.
Thank you.
Did I tell my name?
Susan Benjamin.
Thank you, Susan, and sorry about that.
It's okay.
So the first order of business is the election of the second co-chair of the Parent Involvement Committee. And this election is for a 2-year term.
Stacey, you just need to approve the agenda first.
Can I ask for the approval of the agenda?
I approve.
Sorry, if I may, with the amendment that we're going to move the PDSB multi-year strategic plan off the agenda and pull that after the adjournment of the regular meeting. Yeah. So approve the agenda as amended.
Anyone second the approval?
Approve as amended.
Okay. Is there any declaration of conflict? None?
No.
So we'll move on. So our first order, as I have mentioned before, is to select the co-chair. So we will now receive nominations for the position of committee co-chair. Please raise your hand if you wish to put forward a nomination. Please note that a member can also nominate themselves. So anyone nominating themselves or nominating any member for the co-chair position? Come on. Somebody has to work with the Alison Lockett, how about you?
You know what, I don't think that I can take it on. We're new here, so we don't know anything about it.
We'll teach you, don't worry. You don't
worry. I
Never
don't think
alone.
I can. I've given it some thought, I would like to, but I can't this year.
Ben Chen.
Yeah, I nominate him.
I consulted with my wife and she highly recommended that me not to run it because it takes too much time. I'm sorry.
Donna.
I showed interest in other area. That's why I'm.
Somebody has to help me. I'm gonna nominate Catherine. Okay, I nominate Stacy.
Did we get interest over email?
Allison was the one who said, but no, she told you. Maybe I scared her.
So just recognizing that we've got a number of people away today. Catherine, is there something, are we able to do something about that? I don't want to say defer the election, but okay, it has to take place today.
Here's my next not looking to allow voice. No, we can't defer the election. The legislative requirement is to have it at the first meeting, so we have to actually have the election today.
No.
Sorry.
Hi, Saria.
Hi there.
Welcome. Can you just please introduce yourself so we're familiar with you?
Okay. My name is Saria. I'm from Hampton. And this year I've been selected for a PIC member.
Saria. So we're at the position of asking people to nominate themselves or someone for the co-chair position. So I'm nominating you.
Is there anyone else?
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you're now the co-chair. Are you accepting the position?
Okay. I hope I can be like a good fit for this position.
We will
Because
work
we're a
with you.
responsible position.
Are you comfortable? Are you saying yes? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm late.
You're never late for co-chair.
Okay, thank you.
So I would like someone to move and second the position for co-chair for Syria.
I do.
Second?
Second.
So now the nomination for co-chair position is now closed. And the nominee is Syria. So we'll move to the next position. We would like to nomination for treasurer. So we'll go with the secretary first.
I, Sweetie Sharma, nominate myself for the position of secretary.
Thank you. Anyone else? So Sweetie Sharma has nominated herself. Anyone second? Not second. Anyone, everyone's okay with Sweetie being the secretary? I need someone to say yes.
Yes, I work for it.
Second? Who motion first?
I would yes work for it.
Second?
A second.
Thank you. The nomination for secretary is now closed. Thank you, Sweetie. Next, we move to the treasurer position. So the floor is open for the position of treasurer for the committee. Anyone wishing to nominate themselves?
I wish to nominate myself. Shazia.
Anyone else?
I would like to nominate as well.
Thank you. So there are two nominations for the position of treasurer. We have Adnan. You had, can you put the last name?
Gani.
Adnan Ghani and Shazia. So we'll ask Shazia to give a 5-minute brief to let us know to consider her for the position.
I'm interested in being treasurer for this coming year for PIC. Just wanting to ensure that we are spending our funds accordingly and ensuring that the schools that we support have the right support as well to be able to use their funds and provide some support to them for their parent engagement activities. That's pretty much in a nutshell what it would be. I think it would be great to be able to do that and just making sure that we have transparency and accountability as well. Just making sure that we follow along with all of our procedures. So thank you.
So we'll ask Adnan to give a 5-minute tell himself.
Thank you. So this is my first meeting here. I showed interest and I would like to explore this opportunity to, adopt the treasury role in this committee and bring my analytical skills, my, thought process, my planning strategy, thinking. I just would like to bring my own skills, connect with the program, and then follow and compliance, and just bring something, inputs, bring something refreshing, which can help navigate other families and parents. Hopefully, thank you.
Thank you. So to be declared elected, the winning nominee must receive a simple majority, being at least 50% of the vote plus 1 of all the ballots by the members. Members may vote for themselves if they have been nominated. The vote for the treasurer will be a secret ballot. The internal audit team will be administering the vote. Each of you will be provided with a ballot. Please indicate your vote by writing the name of the member that you support for the position of the committee treasurer. The ballot should be completed with just one name. If there is more than one name on the ballot will be considered spoiled and will not be counted. If there is a spoiled ballot, the tabulation of votes will be based on number of unspoiled ballots.
I have a question through you, Chair, for General Counsel Catherine Lockyer. As the director's designate, am I able to vote as well?
No.
Thank you.
So you have before you the ballots. You can go ahead and make your vote, and the scrutineers will collect the ballots from you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
The scrutineers will collect the ballots and retire to another room to count the votes. Once counted, the scrutineers will share the results with me, and I will announce them.
Yeah.
I am pleased to announce that the member, Shazia Hassan, has received more than a simple majority of the vote and is hereby elected treasurer of the Parent Involvement Committee for the term ending November 15, 2024, or until a successor is appointed. Well done, Shazia. Term is not ending 2024, it's 2025. The term ends 2025, sorry about that. Once again, congratulations to the members. Haria for the position of committee co-chair, and member Shazia, member Sweetie Sharma for secretary, and Shazia for the treasurer of the Parent Involvement Committee. So at this point, we will be reviewing the doing the review of the subcommittees. But this time we'd like to ask the members for interest to join two subcommittees. One is the bylaw and the Great Start Committee. So now members, you can nominate yourself, or you can nominate someone. So the bylaw subcommittee, we need members, and the Great Start subcommittee.
Are those two separate committees?
Yes.
I'd like to nominate myself for bylaw subcommittee.
Chair, would it be possible to get brief detail about those subcommittees before we nominate ourselves if possible? Please.
Can I ask Catherine to debrief those for me as governance, please?
Thank you for the question through you, Madam Chair. There are two committees. At the last meeting, we reviewed the subcommittees and sent out the notice so that you could express some interest in either of the subcommittees. The minutes from that meeting are not on this agenda. They'll be on the next meeting agenda. The bylaw committee, the bylaw review committee, is basically an opportunity to review the governance documents for this committee. The governance documents are made up of, we start with the legislation and the regulation, and from there, there's a terms of reference, and then there's bylaws. The terms of reference set out things like the composition of the committee, terms, renewable, filling vacancies, things like that. And then the bylaws look at things like, I can take a quick peek, things like identifying staff membership, how you, if there's conflicts of interest, dispute resolution, those kinds of matters. So it's really the review of how the committee runs, how the committee functions within the legislative framework. So that's the first committee. The second committee, Great Start, is an opportunity for this committee, together with staff, to connect with the school councils and provide some high-level training, guidance, meet and greet for the school councils. Things that are on the Great Start program include, for example, Lorelei, our board reporter here tonight, one of the board reporters will attend and give some tips and discussions about how to take minutes at school council meetings, where to keep those minutes, who to give those minutes to. So things like that, just about the functionality of school councils and how PIC actually relates to the school council. So those are the first two subcommittees. There may be other subcommittees that are formed throughout the year to take on other tasks. So subcommittees are a smaller group of PIC that can tackle an individual task and then report back to the committee. It's an effective way to get actual down to the nitty gritty and get some hands-on and get some work done, and share the workload amongst the whole committee. Because you're quite right, a few of you mentioned the workload involved with PIC. It is a fairly work-intensive committee. So if we create these subcommittees, we'll be able to dig in and get some of that directed work done. So the first two, and the reason why they're the first two is because the governance documents are quite badly in need of an update. And it's critically important that the governance documents be updated. The second one, Great Start, is because of timing. School councils are being formed and they're starting to get going, and it would be great for them to have that information right from the get-go instead of, halfway through the school year. So those are the first two subcommittees.
Thank you. I would like to nominate myself for the subcommittee for Great Start, please.
Anyone like to move the motion for Dan to be subcommittee or Great Start? That's your first. And Ben for the bylaw, anyone moving the motion first?
I'll move.
Anyone else have any interest in any other subcommittee that was mentioned?
I'd like to nominate myself for both bylaw and Great Start.
Anyone to move the motion for Sajia and board committee?
I move.
Okay.
I'll nominate myself, Alison Lockett, for the Great Start Committee.
Anyone to second first to move the motion for everybody?
All of us. I have a question too, just while others are thinking about the committee. The one that came, the list that came out through email, there were 3 bylaws, strategy, and
Communication.
I think there was
There
one
should
that-
be another subcommittee,
One
I think
that-
it's communication.
There were definitely the bylaws, there was something around, I thought like
It was
sort of
selection.
strategic and selection, so there were 3. I'm just wondering if the strategic one will come back at some stage.
Yes. You wanna give a little highlight on that one, Catherine?
Sure, thank you. And through you, Madam Chair, yes, the selection committee, you did mention the selection committee, that's something that, a subcommittee that gets formed a little closer to the end of the year, because that's, trying to drum up some interest and get some candidates for next year's committee. The committee membership currently is staggered. We have some, on for 2 years, and so they're in their first year, and some are in their second year of their term. So we try to have some staggers. So every year, there's going to be a selection committee to replenish the committee so that there's always people in their first year and always people in their second year. But that happens a little later in the year, so we don't form that subcommittee now. The strategy subcommittee is a subcommittee that we typically will do in the new year, because it's talking about things like what trainings do we need, and until we get a feel from the school councils about what it is that they're needing, where there's gaps, et cetera. That's something that is usually formed at the beginning of the year to ride out the rest of the year with strategies, goals. What training do we need? Do we need an open house? Do we need posters? Do we need guest speakers? What is it that's needed to get that parent engagement with the schools, which is one of the functions of PIC.
Thank you.
And I nominate myself for the bylaw committee.
Anyone move the motion for Toby? Thank you, everyone, for putting yourself forward. So for the Great Star Committee, we have Adnan, Shazia, and Alison. Thank you. For the bylaw, we have Ben, Shazia, and Toby. Thank you so much. So we move on to agenda 7, which was amended and approved. Item 7 has been removed. Item 8, committee member motions for consideration. There is none.
Actually, I have one question first. So I was told by my school council chair that PSB is going to remove all the school council email account in PSB email system. I'd like to know a little details about this, and I'd like to talk about some concerns regarding this too.
And I'll send that question over to Kathleen. She will help us with it.
Hi, everybody. I'm sorry. That helps a little bit. Thank you. And welcome, everybody. It's so great to be here today. My name is Elizabeth England. I'm coordinating principal for curricular, instructional, and community partnerships. I'm happy to be supporting with PIC and school councils this year. So LTSS, some of you may have heard the name Mark Marshall, some may have not, and that is okay. He is one of the heads in LTSS and has let us know that having email accounts that do not have names attached to him and that roll over to different people year after year, unfortunately, is a very large security protocol risk for the board. It is something that the board can no longer continue. So Superintendent Pradeep Raja and I met with Mark Marshall yesterday to double check because we understand that this is difficult for school councils not to receive emails from the board directly. School council chairs, many in the board do not actually currently use those email addresses. So from an old example, sent out to communications was a question about this from a member of the public asking and saying this is a concern. Out of the 259 schools, we had 4 responses from that email from communications over the last week. So a limited response, but response nonetheless. So what Superintendent Raja and I would love to do in consultation with PIC is look at, and we know that we cannot do this and have these email addresses anymore. So what can we do to better communicate with our school councils? How can we overcome this? And how can we perhaps improve our website or look at alternate forms of communication to do a better and a more effective job so that school councils have the most up-to-date information? So I know that this is not on the subcommittee for tonight, but I would be so appreciative if I could have some help with Superintendent Hart and Superintendent Raja to be able to look at some different solutions for communication, knowing that we can't leave our systems open for cyber attacks. And at the same time, we need to make sure that we are doing a really good job communicating with our school council chairs. So those are some things that we want to explore with the collaboration of PIC in an upcoming meeting. And I really want to return to this, but I won't take any more time because I know there are other things on the agenda, but I'm very passionate about making sure that people get the information they need and looking at new ways to do that. And I'm happy to collaborate with the group on that.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, but before we cancel their email account, can we just do some alternative ways to, just maybe set up a new, like, an email account with their name in it?
Thank you very much, and through you, Chair. What I would like to do is bring back speaking points from the Learning Technology Support Services, because although I have a deep knowledge of curriculum and instruction, deep knowledge of how internet systems work is not my specialty. So what I will do is in this meeting with Mark Marshall yesterday, I requested some speaking points so that I could bring those ideas forward. And perhaps if those points need further clarification, we can invite Learning Technology Support Services to investigate this further with some members.
Okay, thank you.
Just quick questions. So when is that going to happen? Like they cancel all the accounts?
Thank you, and through you, Madam Chair. What we would like to do is that the email went out through a system memo to be forwarded to school council chairs, not this week, but last week. And the school council email accounts have a deadline of January the 31st, which will give members the availability of creating an account through any browser or any server that they like. For example, I have not just my Peel School Board account, but also a personal email account. And also I have another account for when, I just want to send letters to organizations. So a school council chair would be able to create any account that they would like to communicate through school council or use their personal account, as many school council chairs actually already do, and many already prefer to do. It's January the 31st, 2024.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Our next item is the committee member notices of motions. So we have no notices, so we move on to the. So I'd like to call this meeting. Sorry, Kathleen has her hand up.
That's okay. Thank you. Thank you. And if, with your permission, Madam Chair, I just wanted to make clear for the membership what that is, a notice of motion. And that might help you if, in case you ever do want to bring a notice of motion. So a motion is a proposal or an idea that you want to share with the committee, that for the committee to debate and discuss, and then make a decision whether they want to adopt that proposal or change it or not go ahead with the proposal. There, in order to allow the membership of the committee to think about what it is that you're proposing, you're required to give notice of that motion a meeting ahead of when you want to discuss it. So if you wanted to make a proposal to the committee at the January meeting, then you need to let me or Lisa or know, or Stacey know that you want to do, you want to bring a proposal before the meeting in December so that you can talk about it in January. So that's what a notice of motion is. And that's why it's on the agenda. It'll be on the agenda every month. So in case anybody had a proposal from the month before that they wanted to bring up at the meeting. Thank you for indulging me.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. So we will adjourn our meeting for this evening. Can somebody move the motion to adjourn the meeting?
I do.
Thank you so much, members. Our meeting is now adjourned.